The Dodge Daytona Charger EV was a massive flop. It was plagued by tons of controversy, body panels that didn't line up, and electrical gremlins that would plague it as soon as you drive it off the lot. There are reports of people who would have issues as soon as they pulled it in their driveway. And let's be real here, no one wants to buy an EV from Stellantis.
What is that? Ugh, it's hideous.
But I'm not here to rip that car a new one. That horse has already been beaten to death 10 times over. Like, that horse is dead and beaten, and it's just a rotting corpse now. It's a rotting, festering corpse. Me, I'm here to talk about the Sixpack and why I'm hyped as hell for this car to come out, and why I think this car, this Sixpack, could breathe some new life into the car community.
And that's why we're here today, to put you in one of these beasts in a place they were born to run. Because once you feel the power of a Dodge, you'll know that these streets belong to us.
Now, this is a hot take here, but I am hyped as hell for this car. And honestly, I never thought I would say something like that about a Stellantis car. I mean, seriously, in 2025, I would never imagine an American car company building a straight six engine as like their flagship engine and twin turboing it, bi-turboing it, and throwing it in their flagship car. And in a world full of Hellcats and Chargers, 5.7s, Challengers, 6.4s, Coyotes, LSs, and all that happy V8 horseshit, I am super excited to see this engine and see what it can do. In this straight six, it's not just any straight six, it's the Hurricane motor. Oh yeah. This thing looks insane. Honestly, this thing looks insane. And I know it's not tried and true tested engine yet. We don't know the reliability. We don't know how crazy it's going to be, all about that. But the fact that Dodge is even taking a risk like this, it has me over the fucking moon right now. I'm so excited. Now, for anyone who's like, what is this Hurricane motor? What is this? What is this straight six that you're so hyped for? Let's break it down for you. This Hurricane motor is a 3-liter twin turbo straight six motor that makes around 400 horsepower. That's at the crank, not at the wheels. So settle down over there. 400 horsepower at the crank. Now, the high output version of this motor, which they're going to be featuring in their Scat Pack, is going to be making around 550 horsepower at the crank. You got to remember that this is at the crank. And this engine is supposed to replace Dodge's Hemi line. It was supposed to, but then they brought back the 5.7 Hemi. But it's supposed to replace the 5.7, the 6.4, the 6.1, 6.2, all those. And don't get me wrong, I love V8 engines. I love them. They're amazing. I think they're the best thing that's ever happened. Especially a pushrod V8, like all the Hemi platforms were. But for Dodge, just imagine being like the CEO, president of Dodge. I gotta look up his name. Whatever this guy is. Imagine being him and then watching like your flagship EV just fucking faceplant, like right into the ground, just fall flat on your fucking face. And then double down. You have to think, they doubled down and were like, yeah, we're still putting the Hurricane motor in this thing. The 5.7's back. You announced it. You're not putting it in this car. You're sticking to your guns on the 5.7, not being in this car and putting the Hurricane in this car. And I respect the shit out of that. And God, I love how crazy Dodge is. Like, all the time. Like, this is the same Dodge that took the 8.3 V10 from a Viper and shoved it in a Ram pickup truck and was like, yep, it's the SRT10 Dodge Ram. This is the same Dodge that took the Dodge Caliber, this grocery getting hatchback that was just a daily driver grocery getting car that took a 2.4 turbocharged engine that made around 285 horsepower and just shoved it in there and was like, yeah, fuck it. Call it the Caliber SRT4, fucking out the door you go. And that is the Dodge I love. That is the Dodge I love. The Neon SRT4, the Crossfire SRT6. Like, just taking risks and doing crazy shit. Like, when they came out with the Durango SRT line, like, I remember people were like, oh, this is gonna flop. Who could want an SRT Durango? They are so fucking popular. This is the same Dodge that built the Jeep Trackhawk. Like, I'm so happy. We're so back. Now, why do I think this could change, like, the car culture altogether? Because, like, I've noticed this trend over the past couple years where, like, car manufacturers, there's no innovation. Everything has to be safe. Everything has to be an SUV, a CUV, a crossover, same engine and everything, same platform. Like for Ford, like it's Coyote or nothing. Your whole power plant is either Coyote or a 2.3 EcoBoost. Same with Chevy. Chevy and all their performance models is LT or nothing, and Chevy doesn't even make cars starting next year, I'm pretty sure. Just 2 trucks, a Camaro and a Corvette. They don't even making the Camaro anymore. Just 2 trucks, a Corvette, and crossovers and SUVs. Great move, Chevy. But Dodge being like, yeah, we're gonna shove this straight 6 into our flagship, and it's gonna be twin turboed, and it's gonna make 550 horsepower. And see what it does. I am hyped for this thing. I'm so hyped for this thing. And like, honestly, I know a lot of people have stuff to say about the designs of the Charger Daytona, but I fucking love it. I love the way this car looks. Like, the guy who worked in the design department knocked this out of the park. Grand slam. You killed it. You killed it. This guy deserves a fucking raise. It is a beautiful combination of like classic with futuristic styling. And like the interior, I've never sat in one of these things, but all the interior shots, this thing looks beautiful on the inside. Beautiful. Totally sporty, totally up-to-date futuristic. It looks amazing. And if you guys have watched the reviews for the Dodge Daytona Charger, I'm just gonna call it the Daytona. The Daytona, that was like one of the biggest like compliments everyone was giving on it. The interior is beautiful. It's comfortable. It's nice. The 4 doors are spacey. The 2 doors pretty spacey, and the styling on it just looks amazing. That's been the shining points of every review I've seen. And like for Dodge to be like, yeah, we're no longer making the fastest production car anymore because we're not making demons. But fuck it, we're gonna make the widest car, the chunkiest bore you ever seen, the widest production car ever built. Like they didn't have to do that. They totally could have left the Hurricane in like the EV body style. But no, they went full chunk and they made the widest production car you can ever buy. When I saw this, I was laughing my fucking ass off. Like, of course, why wouldn't they? Because they have to say they are the something production car ever produced, right? They just had to. They just had to. And like the color options on these things, I don't know why it's just Dodge that makes cool colors anymore. Like, and they name them the funniest fucking things ever. Like Ford's like, yeah, we have Grabber Blue, we have Lightning Blue, we have Yellow Splash. Dodge is like, nah, we have Blue Dracus, we have Green Machine, we have Peel Out Orange, White Knuckle, because your knuckles are white from gripping the wheel so hard. Like, give that guy a raise, or whoever. Whoever works in the naming department, give them a raise, please. They deserve it. And yes, if you have listened to my previous rants, I always say light is right. And this car is not light. This thing's a fucking boat. It's estimated to weigh around 5,000 pounds. 4,800 to 4,900 pounds, but 5,000 pounds. But honestly, for people who drive full-size pickup trucks and don't do truck things in their pickup trucks, and you know who you are, it's just clear that like in this market and in this, there's a trend of people want big cars now. And I know for racing, light is right. For doing crazy hoonigan shit, light is right. Don't get me wrong. It's been ingrained in my head. But I never said there's nothing wrong with a big-ass, heavy muscle car. So you may be like, yeah, Ryan, that's all cool, but why are you so excited about this? You know they're just going to put a 5.7 Hemi in it eventually because V8s rule the world, no replacement for displacement, except they came up with that slogan before turbos. I can already see it now. I see it in my mind, clear as day. Clear as day. People doing bigger turbos, intercoolers, downpipes, fucking tuning these things. I can't even think of all the mods they're gonna do. Catbacks, intercoolers, all that stuff. I'm really hoping this just shakes up the industry just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Where now Ford looks and they're like, huh, they sold a decent amount of those things. Hey, you know that 3.5 twin turbo V6 we have? And then the other Ford guy will look at the other Ford guy and be like, yeah, the one that we only put in an SUV and a pickup truck and tows way more than the Coyote? Yeah, how about we put that in a Mustang chassis and bring back the fucking SVO name tag? We already brought back the Mach 1. Why don't we bring back the fucking SVO? Put the 3.5 twin turbo EcoBoost in a Mustang and name it the SVO. And I know why they won't do it. Because it will probably outperform the Coyote. I said it. I think the 3.5 EcoBoost in a Mustang chassis has the potential to outperform a fucking Coyote. And we're getting off of Ford here because I can go days and days about this. But maybe Chevy will look at this and be like, hey man, remember that cool car that we made? What was it called? Oh, we didn't even name it. We just called it the SS. And it had a fucking LS in it. A 4-door sedan that families can go in. And a husband could be like, honey, I bought this beautiful 4-door sedan. Oh, honey, that's amazing. You got a nice family car. And then he's laughing maniacally, throwing headers and a catback and intake and fucking throwing a Whipple on it. And just going ape shit with his kids in the back. Maybe we should bring that back. Maybe we should bring back all the cars that we killed off because, hey, we just have a Corvette and 2 trucks now and a fuck ton of SUVs. Maybe instead of 2 trucks, a Corvette, and a ton of SUVs, you leave the Camaro alone and fucking innovate it. Yeah, no, they're not going to do that. I know they're not going to do that. But that's why this car gives me hope. Because if they can do that, where they start changing things up, I'm excited to see that. Maybe it will wake up these car companies and it will make them be like, hey, let's get fucking weird again. Let's do some shit. Let's build a really cool, weird car instead of killing off all the cool performance cars except for our flagship cars that are overpriced garbage. I said that again too. And now the price point, honestly, for 2025 in a market where a fucking base GT cost around 50 grand, this isn't honestly too bad. This honestly isn't too bad. The regular RT 6-pack is gonna MSRP for around 51,000 and the Scat Pack's gonna be around 57. That's not too bad for what you're getting compared to like a base GT. You know, you're getting not luxury but also not base. It's really not that crazy, and honestly all of it I think is all overpriced. I think it's all out there. I think everything is way too overpriced, but that's a bit different topic for another video. I could debate price on cars and the car market all day long, how stupid it is. Like, I'm not saying by any means that this car is cheap or this is a cheap performance car, but I'm not saying the GT is either. I'm not saying any performance car is cheap, especially in today's market. And will I get one, like, as soon as they come out? Probably not. Definitely not, because 1, I'm broke. I'm getting married, and that's where all my money is going. And then I have to buy a house. 2, I really want to watch this and see what happens, because the EV version, it started off at MSRP at 70K. You can go on TrueCar right now and you can get one for around 40K with like no miles on it, like maybe a couple thousand miles on it. So like I'm already seeing that the price on these things in a year after they come out is probably gonna drop. I can see it now. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong about this. I'm not an economist. I don't look at the markets that much, but I could see the prices coming down on this, especially because everyone wants a Hemi. No one wants a straight six. But I'm hoping that just enough people buy it where they still keep making it, and it just shakes up the industry a bit. So like if I can get one, if I can get the Scat version, the Scat Pack version, with that high output Hurricane for around 40K or under, oh, I'm going all in. I'm all in on that motherfucker. And honestly, I'm really just praying this doesn't get Nissan Z'd. I'm fingers crossed that it does not get the Nissan Z treatment, where dealers just kill all the sales because they throw a 20K markup on it because it's the newest, coolest thing. I'm really hoping they don't do that. That's another video for another day as well, because these dealers need to cut the fucking shit. They need to cut the shit, because it's getting out of control. But honestly, I'm excited to see these things hit the streets. I'm excited to see the craziness that happens around them, the tuning, the building. I'm excited to see how they perform, and I'm excited to see this Hurricane engine like actually going something that's like going to push it to its limits, you know? Like, where are we taking this? How fast can we make this car? How much horsepower can we make on a straight six in 2025? That's not a 2J, that's not an RB, that's not a Barra. I want to see a newer straight six that's not a BMW, that is American made and not Japanese, and I want to see how far we can push these things. And I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that this starts changing the auto market and like what we see these manufacturers putting out, because they killed the STI, hashtag bring back the STI. They killed Mazda Speed, hashtag bring back fucking Mazda Speed. That Ford has killed the SVO name, which was supposed to be like their cool little weird car. Hashtag bring back the SVO, Ford. I don't even want credit for that whole thing. I just want you to do it because I think it would be cool. And Chevy, hashtag don't kill the Camaro. But that's just my opinion on the whole situation and everything that's going on. Let me know down in the comments, have any of you guys had a Daytona EV? Are you guys excited for the six-pack? Because I know I am. I'm super excited for it. I'm super excited to see how this does. Let me know. Are you guys going to buy one when it comes out? Are you guys going to be one of the first purchasers? You guys going to probably build this thing up, make 1,000 horsepower, do some crazy shit? And as always, guys, it really helps out. Leave a like, comment, share the video, subscribe. I mean, that's it. So thanks for watching. Hashtag straight sixes for life. Peace out.